Haverhill on Clark versus Jeffrey Thompson. Did you get that in the lettering?
Just Mr. Thompson did not checked in.
No, he's here. He's here.
Good morning. My name is Edward Long. I'm an AHL 715.
All right.
I'm here for the plaintiff this morning.
All right. Very good. Mr. Thompson.
This isn't a loud courtroom, but it's one of the heaviest you'll see. An eviction case turns into a raw, emotional reckoning about mental health, loss, and survival. Watch closely because this judge doesn't just hear the law today. He listens to the human being behind it.
Can you state your name, please, sir? All right. Very good. And who's here with you? We don't want anybody left out.
Dexter is here. She's the manager of the facility.
All right. Fantastic. All right. And where are we, folks, on this case?
Still in position of the facility that they would like possession of this unit.
All right.
What else I can do?
Well, you need to speak up.
Really, I haven't done everything that I can. Just do well.
Go ahead, Miss. Hang on a second, okay? Take your time and just tell me what. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Worked really hard to get my family right now. Getting back to CMH, like I have a 3-hour session with them today. I feel really good about myself. First time in a long time. It's just I've been through a lot. That's not an excuse, but my dad died, and I keep my unit up. I mean, I get along really well with my neighbors. My aunt just passed 2 nights ago.
Have you did plaintiff get any medical records or medical documentation?
We received a letter from a medical professional after the last hearing saying that he was under his care. It's Dr. Stilger.
Yes.
But there have been multiple incidents of erratic behavior and damage to the facility caused by this tenant. And
Since the time of being in court and coming here?
since the time this action was filed, yes, but his tendency was.
Well, I want to make sure I'm clear on that. From the time you filed, have other incidents occurred?
Yes.
Since we filed.
Yeah.
So there were 2 incidents since we filed.
Okay, what were the nature of those?
One incident, there was damage to the building, there was blood left in the hallways. And then the second incident, I was found in the middle of the street.
Pardon?
The second incident, he was found in the middle of Gloucester, half dressed by the police.
I was not half dressed. I was, well, they told me that when I got to the hospital. That's not true. Well, everything was actually pictures taken by people in the facility of the defendant being in the street.
Pardon?
There are residents of the facility who took pictures of him in the street. But I wasn't naked. I wasn't half dressed. They told me I had my clothes on.
You know, boxers, the t-shirt, it's shorts, boxer shorts, socks, like a t-shirt.
Underwear, basically. No, they were shorts. They were okay. It's being criticized.
I'm sorry. Go.
I did everything I needed to do, and I was hospitalized, and I'm getting treatment. I'm just feeling. I mean, have things stolen from me at the property, and it's. I keep it in place. I get along really well with my neighbors. My neighbors really like me.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Thompson. We kind of went through this the last time. At the point in time, well, what I was hoping to get and what we had indicated to counsel, were you able to, if you remember this, what we were trying to do was to show or at least give some indication that something was happening with you at the time of these incidents. Remember that?
It was, and
Pardon?
it was, I wasn't on medication at the time. They just introduced medication. So I've been on the regimen now. We'll go back to review next week. I've met with the psychiatrist last week again, and he said that he would come in and talk to you if he needed to. But there was a lot of bad things going on at that time, and
No, I know that's what you were indicating. And what we were trying to get was for at least plaintiff's consideration and maybe the court's consideration at some point in time, that there were certain issues regarding medication, right? And where you were actually, if I'm recalling correctly, you had indicated you were off medication.
yeah,
And then there was a series of things, and I'm just trying to recall off the top of my head the last time, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? That you had gotten yourself back on your medication,
yes.
understanding that was going to take some time to, in any event, settle into your system.
We're still tweaking that. That's what I have to go back.
Pardon?
We're still tweaking that regimen. That's what I have to go back for next week. But it's stabilized. It's good. I feel really good. I feel really good about myself. So
These other two incidents, what dates did they happen?
And I remember the exact dates. The most recent one was about a month ago. It was probably 2 days prior to the last court date. The court date didn't show up. And then we have the judgment granted, the default judgment. So a couple days before that missed court date, that's when the most recent.
When he was hospitalized.
Yes.
And so the event, this is the one in the street, happened 2 days before that. That almost kind of makes sense because then we had the court date, he's hospitalized at that moment. And you don't have the date on the other,
The date on the other
that makes sense.
pardon?
There hasn't been any problems since I had any.
No. Here's what I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out the date that they're saying there was this other event. You follow that, Mr. Thompson? Okay. But we don't know that date.
It was in October.
So was it? Was it right around the time of, say, what would have been the first hearing in this case? You think so? Because if you're saying October,
Yes, I think.
and the first hearing was in October, October 17th is what I have. So it was right around that time, ma'am, you think? Okay. And at that time, you were not medicated.
No.
Okay, so let me ask you this. When did you first get medicated? Well, that's a stupid question. All right, so let me ask it this way. These events start occurring. There's a point in time where you're not medicated, right? Then at some point, you may have ended up in the hospital or talked to your, whatever it is. Then you begin they figure out that they're going to put you on some type of medication.
medications.
Gotcha. Okay, that's fine. And do you recall the time frame when that occurred?
I was at the hospital and shortly thereafter, when they introduced the medication. But I was off my meds before because I wasn't taking the first step, right? I decided to start a second step.
I got you. So, but you don't remember when that date was? No, it's okay. It's all right that you don't remember. I mean, I'm asking people dates and I can't remember yesterday. So, but you were, and then the Medicaid, and then, and again, sir, correct me if I'm wrong on this, okay? But as they give you the medication, they're probably telling you, warning you, and you also probably know your system's going to have to adjust to it. That there's not going to be these sort of miracle pills and all of a sudden everything's going to be okay, right?
That's what the doctor said, that we'd have to tweak it as we go along.
Okay. What I'm trying to figure out is how far are you into, and the reason I was looking for the date is I was trying to figure out like how far you're into that process.
Since I told you about the beginning of November, it's like maybe 2 months now. Maybe.
Okay. All right. No, that's fine. So you've been on it 2 months.
See him again this coming week.
Pardon?
I see the doctor again this coming week. And then I have skimmage today, 3 hours.
Have you been down? I know we've kind of been through this process, but I don't know that you were in a, and I don't mean this badly, but you were in a state necessarily to follow all of the instructions the court was giving. Okay. Have you been down to talk to legal services?
Yes. Mr. Alex Henry sent me an email yesterday and asked me if I was doing okay.
Okay. Do you,
I haven't seen him recently.
okay. Let me ask you this. And maybe you know, maybe you don't know the answer to this. Was he asking you that because of your connection to Arbor One or because you had called him in regard to this case? Do you know?
He's following on both. He saw that my name was here with you today and our one, that's still, all that's still active. I was still in the process with a different court now and it's,
Pardon?
it's still active. It's with a different court. The Arbor One case, and so we have to still go to those hearings too.
I know. There are actually now 3 courts involved, which is just a wonderful process.
It's a bad place.
Pardon?
That was a bad place.
I know. And you're still trying, from the whole situation you had with Arbor One, that's how you ended up here, right? That's what I recall. Pardon?
Latasha helped to get me here, along with the rest of the team. They've been really nice. It was a bad place. Bad place.
I know.
I know you know some of it, but I wish you could have seen like just how bad it was. Stuart Beal is not a nice man.
Pardon?
Stuart Beal is not a nice man. All right.
No, it's okay. It's okay, Mr. Thompson. Maybe you don't know this, just as a side note. I was going to take, and I don't know if you had heard, I was going to do the extraordinary step because the tenants are telling me one thing. Management was telling me another thing, and usually I'll just listen and hear.
He's
See what
lied
I was
so
gonna
many
hear.
times, he's lied, he just lies.
I know, well, I don't know that. But the one thing they went to an extraordinary extreme to stop, I don't know if you knew this, is that I had prepared for all the security. I was going to go out there and see it myself.
Well,
And the day I was going to do that, everybody's positions start changing about things.
everybody's so glad that you're able to help them, you know, they really do, like. It's just a bad place. Not bad people, the people, we're not bad people, we're good people, we're just, people have bad times.
As I see it, since I'm not in, well, I'm kind of involved in it, but with the cases that I've been able to look at, you were good people that were in deplorable conditions.
Yeah.
Is that why you weren't taking your medication? Why'd you
I
stop?
was scared. I lost my dad, just lost my aunt, my mom's not doing well. I'm on my own, I'm.
Okay.
Anybody else?
The world just became overwhelming for you.
Yeah.
Okay. And and while all that's going on, you just come out of, or we're still in the midst of this Arbor One thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a bad person.
Yeah. You know something? And I'm going to say this. I know you're not a bad person
Thank you.
because I don't talk to bad people this long. All right. I usually let him talk to him. I'll say a couple words, but then Mr. Allen takes over. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Did Mr. Henry say anything about that he would represent you in this?
They didn't have the resources, he said he would, but they didn't, the services didn't have the resources. They're so stretched thin right now with everything else.
Did they refer you to anyone else like the Michigan Clinical Law or anything like that? This is set for this is set for final settlement today. All right. And so the complex isn't willing to do anything either in terms of a conditional order of dismissal or a probationary agreement. They're not willing to do anything. Is that what I'm hearing?
No.
Because if they're not, then I might as well just set it for trial and I'll just listen to everything and rule on it. Pardon?
They're not lying to that. They've given a valid notice to quit 30 days.
I understand the procedure, counsel. I'm just trying to figure out where they are in terms of any possible resolution of this case.
My discussion with my client today was that they want possession of property at this point. The other attorney that talked to me last time said that he was going to try and work with me.
I think it's possible, maybe.
Go ahead, ma'am. What were you going to say?
Does have a voucher? if maybe we can give him some additional assistance, maybe like a living caregiver, someone who is there to help him through the process of what he's going through, because he really is a nice guy. We don't want to have to go through this process with him, but because of the threat to the community with the
I get it.
psychotic episodes and the damage to the property, of course, ownership is pushing for eviction. But I did speak to the regional manager, and she's willing to work out a resolution, but it has to be something where it's actually more than medication, or, you know, maybe some extensive outpatient treatment. We want to see something to ensure that these episodes don't continue.
Hold on. Okay. So let me ask you this, Mr. Thompson. Right now, and I don't think we're saying anything that's in violation of what may be your privacy. So, because you said it, you're seeing a psychiatrist now, right? Okay.
Yeah, Dr. Stolzer, Dr. Timberland.
Okay, and you're on medication, right? And they're working you through that process of medication, right? Okay, and I just want to tell you, if I ask a question, and it's okay to do this to me, about your medical, and you don't want to tell me, you don't have to tell me, okay? And I'm not gonna get mad, okay? That doesn't mean I'll stop talking to you and you got to talk to Alan. You got me? Okay, all right. So, outside of that, have they put any other services in place for you?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, that's fair. Have they said anything about I don't think it would necessarily be an outpatient type of thing, but have they talked about any other types of
I see my therapist once a week. Have you met Amy?
so you're on a once a week?
Yeah, Amy.
Okay.
I see Amy. She said that she was going to send you a letter, and then
Amy did?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have that.
she said she sent it, I think, 2 weeks ago. And then Shed and Jamie at CMH are the people that Shed's the case manager at CMH. It's who I'm going to see today. I see them every Tuesday from 12:30 to 3.
So, okay, let me just follow here, okay? You said a lot there. So every week you see your therapist
On Thursdays, yeah.
on Thursdays, and then you're with CMH. And how many times, what's your involvement with CMH on a weekly basis?
It's the men's trauma that they have me going through right now. I'm going through that the last couple of months.
Okay, so let me ask you this, pardon?
Since our remote, they put me there.
Got it. Okay. All right. And so that's been a couple of months that you've been in that. How's that working for you?
I love
Huh?
Amy and Shed, creative. I love that. I really do. They're good people. They're really good people. You can say anything in there's some nice shit with whatever you're challenged with. And CMH is so great. I mean, they're just so, the people really try hard to help you, but yeah, I don't always understand what I do, like why I do it, but it's helped me to understand my behaviors and my patterns. And,
Got it. Let me ask you this.
So it helps.
When all of a sudden you're about to go in, and I'll call it crisis, something happens and you're about to go in. Let's say you leave here today, okay? And God forbid, but let's say all of a sudden that begins to occur for you. What are you going to do, you think?
The first person I can call is somebody at the crisis center, 734-577-3151. And
So you got
yeah,
you got it.
The last time I was in here, I called Kelsey, I called Kelsey, like, right when I was in here, because the other attorney wasn't very, he was pretty stern and like really scared me at the point, so, I get nervous, so.
No, I know.
Kelsey was so nice, she calmed me down and they wanted to make sure that I got there as soon as I left here.
So
They're always nice to me, and they don't judge me, they don't try and criticize me, they do everything they can to try and help. And it's not an easy thing to talk about, but I can't speak, I have enough about them, they're just so nice.
okay, I wasn't aware of that, but one of the last times you were here, you had things kind of got to you, and so, but
I still get jumpy in the apartment from time to time, different sounds, just because of all the sounds I had in Latasha, you had talked about it. The guy below me was beating up his girlfriend for the longest time, and the last time it was right out in the parking lot on the hood of his car. He's beating the hell out of her. His dogs were running around the car, and a guy came up the hall the one time, and he had a knife that he was pushing into the wall, and I'm not.
so that all, hold on a second, but that causes some reaction for you. And so here's what I'm worried about. All of these things, and as I sit here as a judge, I wish I could control everything in the world. I can't. But all of these things are occurring around you, right? And there's something that happens with you. Much like with the attorney that you thought was being stern, he's probably just representing his client, but he's being stern with you.
He said he stopped me in the hallway and he said that he thought Doug's a nice guy. He just wanted me to relax. He was nice after he scared the hell out of me before that.
Attorneys do that. Okay. And Mr. Thompson, I'll say this. I mean, I have to rule how I have to rule, but I think you're a nice guy too.
Thanks, Judge Simpson.
All right. And so what we have to figure out, we have to figure out a way, if you're able to stay there, and it can be resolved in that fashion, of basically certain types of programming that's in place that you're going to continue on. Okay. That would give, and I can't guarantee that that's what their ultimate decision will be, but will give them the assurance that they're not going to have the issues that are caused by this. Okay.
I live on a really nice floor. The building gets quiet. My neighbors are just great. They're really good people. We've got two on the one side. I guess I shouldn't say names, but
No, don't. You don't have.
Really nice. And the one really looks out after me when she can. She even knew that my mom was sick. We found my aunt dead in her apartment 2 nights ago. And she called, and she kept calling, she keeps calling, and she said, there's a white envelope outside your door. She goes, do you want me to collect it? It's for the recertification for. She's called my mom, and she wanted to make sure my mom was okay. My mom's just a wreck right now. I spent the last couple nights with her.
Okay.
It's just bad. It's just one thing bad after the next thing or the next. And it's I know I can't look at everything as bad. I'm not a victim. It's just, and that's where CMH helps. That's where he helps. Dr. Stilcher. And I think I'm a smart guy. I went to school, and because of the health diagnosis, they just sent me to the zero. And I can't. There's nothing I can do to change that. But that always happened.
All right. Okay, Mr. Thompson, who could put together for us a list of what you're doing right now for the plaintiff's consideration?
Probably Amy or Shad at CMH. Amy's that you don't know.
Okay, because I didn't, although you've been here, I didn't know that you were in the men's trauma group. Or it for whatever reason, it may not have quite come up. I didn't realize you were doing that. I didn't realize all of your involvement with CMH and the like. And so before, I guess, do anything, what I'd like to have is I want to know what you're doing so that they can know what you're doing. So that if there's a possibility of an agreement, those things part of that agreement may be those things have to continue.
Yeah, it's helpful.
You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Okay, so how soon can you get a list of what you're
I could talk to Shan today.
okay, let's do this. Let me do it this way. Okay. Because I think once you leave here, you say the things, but I don't know that it happens like it should. And that may not be your fault at all. Okay. Can you get through to Amy now if you had to?
Yeah.
And tell her what I'm looking for to get to the plaintiffs? You can make a call to her. You have your cell phone with you? Okay, do that. Now, Mr. Thompson, let me ask you another question. This is a hard one.
Facing eviction, the tenant told the court about trauma, medication changes, and ongoing treatment, and the judge stopped everything to listen.
What's your biggest fear with this court proceeding outside of me?
You. I just don't want anybody mad at me. I don't want to lose my home. It was really hard to get it. The psychiatrist always says the same thing. He's like, you have so much potential, you just need the help to get over the hump. And I'm doing that. I mean, I recognize that I'm doing that, but it's scary to know that everything you've worked for, I've been homeless for a long time prior to that. I never thought coming out of school, coming out of college, I'd never be in that hole. Never. I mean, I came from a good family. I came from people that worked really hard. My dad was a garbage man for 37 years in the city of Detroit. And he was really proud of his son. The last place he saw, he was so excited that I got into the new place at Everhill because then he knew what a hole the other place was. And that's where he died. He died knowing that I was making those conditions. And there was nothing I could do to stop that. But I was so excited when I got to Everhill. And Tasha really helped get me there. So I appreciate it. I've just been through a lot. I really have. And I appreciate you listening.
All right, Mr. Thompson. And there's a reason why I asked that. Okay. Because for right now, and this is one thing I want you to remember. In terms of your losing your home at this point, or those things that as part of this proceeding, people not liking you or whatever, I'm going to tell you this. To the best of my ability, when you're here, no one will disrespect you. But that applies to everybody that's in here. So you don't have to worry. When you're here, you don't have to worry about that. Okay? The other thing, and I want you to, we'll probably have to give another date to get things in place. But in that interim, with regard to your housing, I don't want you worried about that right now either. Okay? I want you to focus on you and trying to get yourself to a certain point. Okay? Now, it may turn out that I have to do something, we have to figure something else out. May come down to that. But right now, Mr. Thompson, that's not what you need to worry about. Okay? I tell people this, and I think you know it because you've seen me in court. Nothing is going to happen to you in your housing until I say so. And right now, I haven't said so. Fair?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now, why don't you go do this? Go make your call. Let's find, you understand what we're looking for?
Yeah.
Ask her how soon she could put together a list of what you're involved in now.
Okay.
And if she can do it right now and get it over to my staff, then we can get it right to plaintiff so that they can consider it. But I don't want to put a rush on her, but give her a call and see.
I can call too, CMH.
Okay.
See if they can help too.
All right. You understand what we're looking for?
Yeah.
A list of what you're involved in, how often.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So let me pass the matter. You go make those calls and then I'll call the case back up and we'll see. All right. You're welcome.
This case reminds us that courtrooms aren't always about winners and losers. Sometimes they're about understanding, dignity, and timing. The law still has to decide, but compassion slowed the process today. Do you think the court handled this the right way? Share your thoughts and follow for more real courtroom breakdowns.